In this video, I've got a special treat. I've got a client who wanted me to recreate the Style at Home magazine bathroom Oasis of her dreams. The secret here is that after we priced it out, she didn't have the money. So we designed a bathroom replica that came in at half the price. Stay tuned. I haven't run into a house yet that had square walls. Love working on these old homes. These are my bread and butter. I gotta say, this floor is awfully comfortable. Wow. Wow, that's actually a rain cloud.
We had all this space?
The whole ground is heaving. Perfect every time. Today we're getting away from our traditional century home projects. We're out here in historic Manotick in a house that's about 45 years old. This particular bathroom we're going to renovate for our client. It was renovated last early 80s. You can tell by the brass fixtures, mundane, boring colors, nice and simple and safe. It's run its course, we're gonna rip it out. Plan here is it's a 4-piece bath. We're gonna keep it a 4-piece bath. We're just gonna rearrange the floor plan. So the shower and the tub are gonna be removed completely and reverse their place in the bathroom. So this would become a walk-in shower, and then we'll have a freestanding tub in the middle here. The room is great, it has lots of natural light, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this window and put in a smaller one, and then add a mirror look on the other side after the shower is removed with another window over here. And then we'll center the tub in this area, have a nice freestanding soaking tub. And that'll make enough room once this is closed up to put a nice great big 6x4 foot walk-in shower. And then of course we'll get rid of the bulkheads, put in the proper lighting, update the fan, remove the drywall, put in a proper moisture resistant board, custom vanity and mirror, and then we have a great surprise over the end of this project. We're doing custom stone, 18 by 18 inch floor tile with a decorative design. So you have to wait for the reveal for that. Well, we're halfway through the project now. All of the walls have been opened up and demolitioned. We've got all the electrical run, electrical trims are in place now, the plumbing has been run, we've moved the stack out of the wall from the old shower. Now the new tub is run. So this is going to be the freestanding tub, the plumbing goes here, and this is the mechanism for where the tower for the water supply for the tub goes. It's a fantastic floor mount system. Over here, this is the new shower. Now, this shower has got a neat design. Like I said, we're replicating the design from the Style at Home magazine. So what this is now, this is just 2x4 picture frame construction. We've got it wrapped in the waterproof cloth. And the reason we've done all of this waterproofing is because the fan is outside of the shower. So we're going to get a buildup of hot air and moisture up in the ceiling. So we're going to waterproof the ceiling with the roll-on membrane. We're going to tile the ceiling as well. Inside the shower, we're using the Hardy Backerboard cement fiber board. It's guaranteed waterproof for life. It does not absorb any moisture. And so, to added precaution, we've taped the joints with our waterproof cloth. We're just in the process now of pouring the new floor. So what we've got here is a dual drain system where when this is all done, we're going to put the waterproof membrane cloth over top of this as well. It'll run right over onto the drain. And then any water that manages to get past the tile will come to this cloth and be forced into the secondary drain holes around here. And this is the surface drain for the water coming off the tile. Fantastic little system. This allows us to do a custom slope. It's a lot more convenient than the prefab kits that you see a lot. Just because of the size and the dimensions of the shower, we just wanted to get the opportunity to mold this ourselves. Here's the water supply. We're going to go with a wall-mounted tower system for the shower. So it'll have an overhead rain shower and a shower wand. A couple of body jets, I believe, is in the system. And then outside here, as soon as you get out of the shower, we're going to have the electric towel warmer. This is already all installed and ready to go. Really, the process now is just finish laying the floor. And then tomorrow we're going to be able to start tiling. Now the tile we've chosen is a 18 by 18 rectified porcelain. And what that means is that it doesn't expand and contract with temperature variations. So it allows us to have almost zero grout line. So we get to install this a lot like marble. So what we've got is 3 different colors of rectified porcelain. They're all 18 by 18s. And we've taken it over to the stone cutter here in Ottawa. And what they do is they cut down everything to dimensions, and this is going to be the pattern throughout the floor. In the shower, it's going to be different. We're having them cut at 9 by 18s. We're going to do a bit of a brick pattern. But to give you an idea of what's involved, after we're done in the shower, we're going to prime the plywood here so we can get our electric heating system down, and then put in our floor leveler. This kind of intricate tile work, the leveler of the floor, the better. It'll save a lot of work in the long run. Make sure that we get the nicest possible result. And so we're about halfway through. We need about another 5 or 6 days to finish the tile work and get all the fixtures in. The custom-made vanity from Ottawa Cabinets is done. We're just waiting for the marble, or sorry, the marble top and the marble sills. They should be in on Monday. And before you know it, this will be a brand new custom bathroom. So what we have here is the comfort zone heating system. All right, so we'll snip it here. There's that one. Our heating coil is actually going to start here. Important when you install this to purchase the thermostat. You don't need to install this for a little while, but we need the sensor coil. This is the heating coil system. It's a lot more versatile than the heating mats because you can design to cover the square footage you want. So these cables are available in different powers, 110 or 220 volt, depending if you're heating the room or just warming the floor. That's all we do. We just string it along, put it in the tabs. The metal track we're using here is a 3-inch spacing. Use different tracks, sizes, depending on how much heat you want to put in the floor. The floor leveling agent doesn't bond to plywood. So you have to use a primer for your plywood before you put the floor leveler down. All floors have a certain amount of deflection. So even when it's covered in stone and extra plywood, make it nice and strong, it'll still move a little bit. So if you put down a floor leveling system that doesn't bond to plywood, what'll end up happening is when the plywood is moving, which is deflection, the cement will pull away from it and you'll get a hollow floor. It'll all crack underneath the tile and eventually it'll destroy your tile job. So the nature of the stone that we're putting on, it's incredibly difficult because we have 18 by 18 square tile with 2.5 by 18 edges, 2 by 2 square corners. We don't have the ability to use any tile leveling system because we're using rectified porcelain in order to avoid grout lines. So in this situation, we have to have a perfectly level floor before we begin the installation. As you can see, a good tile job is 80% preparation, 20% installation. Go right back to the beginning. You frame, you have to reframe to straighten and level. Make sure everything's square. Then you have to install your hardy backer board. You have to have all your plumbing done perfectly with the thought of the finished fixtures in mind. Then you have to use your waterproof membrane. You have to pour a floor. You have to pour your leveler. You have to roll on the finished membrane, the aqua defense. It just can't be rushed if you want to do it right. All in all, it's almost a week just in preparing this surface here. And then when we actually tile, it'll take about 2 days. So you can see in here, it's a bathroom. The ceiling is actually a flat ceiling paint. And this is designed for bathrooms in wet areas. It's 100% acrylic, washable and scrubbable. Traditionally, people think of bathroom paint as being something that's semi-gloss. The reality is, it's the latex paint that has an additive to make it resist the moisture. And that additive used to make the semi-gloss necessary. But now the technology that makes waterproofing and mold resistance can be made to make the ceiling paint in a flat texture. So now we get to do a huge wide space like this and have a gorgeous look, and we get rid of the glare, and it gives us the ability to add an extra texture and soften up the ceiling a little bit. And it lets the lights do their job without getting a whole lot of shine in the room. A really cool property about the paint. This has a bit of a blue in the gray, so when you look at the way the light comes in the room from the natural light on the windows, it's the same paint in that corner. One wall looks really gray and one wall almost like a little green gray. it looks like two different colors, but reality, when you shine the same amount of light on both surfaces, bam, you can see it's exactly the same paint. Well, that's it for a quick visit. Just here for about 3 hours. Got the waterproofing done, heated floor systems down. We got our leveler on the floor. Tomorrow morning we'll come in with a little thin set and we'll just finish up the edges. But as you can see, it's already drying in the back. Gonna be about 6 hours before we can walk on it. So we're gonna close the door, put up a sign, say do not touch, or you get to fix it yourself. So we're tiling the shower today, which is a little tricky. This isn't just a traditional stacked stone. What we have going on here is we have a picture frame shower, which is going to be framed up with marble sill. This will be Carrara marble to match the vanity. So what we have is this tile application has got 3 different colors of stone. And so because of the floor, we have large white squares bordered with this brown, and the corners are in the dark brown. What we're doing is we're doing an accent in the shower that brings those tiles colors together in a different size stone. So on the floor, they're going to be 18 by 18. And what we did is we had all these tiles cut so that they're now 9 by 18. And we're just doing a brick pattern on the shower. But the trick here is that we want to have a nice 9-inch border all the way around. So we have a 9-inch border on the bottom, full stone, that's simple. 9-inch cuts here, that's easy. But to have 9-inch at the ceiling, what we have to do is start at the ceiling and build backwards. And we ended up with a 6-inch strip in the middle. So we have to use a special thin set cement here that holds the tiles in place. Otherwise it's just a mess. So basically what we're doing is we're building the shower, creating lines where this border here looks like it's been cut into a finished wall. So all these grout lines are going to match up along the side here. You can see we had to cut a shorter stone here to keep the grout lines true. Again, cut from the top down. We're going to have a 6-inch border instead of a 9 in the middle. And that's where it meets. It's tricky, it's time consuming, it's math, it's messy. But the finished product is going to be wow. This way when you stand back across the room and you're walking into the shower, you're going to have a nice frame sill, a nice frame border, and it'll just complement each other right into the floor. Because all of our stone is cut with very precise cutting tools at Hydrotech, we're able to use a 1/16 grout line. It's a rectified porcelain, so it doesn't need a lot of room for expansion and contraction because it doesn't do it. Because this stone has such a high glaze on it, we don't want to use the sanded grout. So we need the small grout lines to go with the unsanded grout so we don't create a lot of scratches. And then just a 4.5 large. On side note, you'll notice that the floor with our sand bed, we haven't put our waterproof cloth in the middle section yet. Generally, I like to wait until after I'm done my wall tiles. The reason for that is that you can see all of the droppings that occur in this kind of messy situation. This way we can scrape all of those off, put the cloth on knowing we don't have any risk of puncture. Well, we got what we wanted to get done today in the shower. I'm gonna try to get the floor mapped out and get a few squares in. That way everything will be nice and set. So we have something to press against as we do the rest of the floor tomorrow. So that's gonna be the design of the floor. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna measure everything out. We're hoping that this part of the room here is relatively square because this will be the one part of the room where we won't have any furniture. So we're gonna determine that first. We're gonna drop some chalk lines and see how we're doing. One more, keep going. Yeah. It looks like the wall has a bow and it comes back. I haven't run into a house yet that had square walls, relatively speaking. And part of the challenge is because even if you make a square wall, every time you do an outside corner, the corners aren't square anymore because they add metal corners, they add drywall mud, and so there's always a swooping effect on the corners in most houses. But that only accounts for up to 1/8 to 1/4 inch. So that's why we're going to set a 1/2 inch off the wall. Our trims are 3/4, so that will take care of all those variances. So we'll just use up whatever cement we got here. This is where planning ahead comes in. I've only got my little trowel today. Drive myself crazy. Believe it or not, we start right here. Nice and gentle. So Max, the reason we're doing this is because by doing the middle of the room only today, it gives us the ability to make any adjustments that we need without having to deal with all the little tiles. Well, it's the end of a long couple of hot days. Crew's exhausted, so we sent everybody home. I just wanted to discuss real quick a couple features of the deck. This is all cedar, pressure treated substructure. It's a floating deck, so it's not done on concrete posts. We're right over top of the septic bed here, so we didn't have the ability to put posts in the ground. If you take a good look at the deck, the surface of this, it doesn't have any screws in the top. What we've done is we've used a system whereby the screws go in on an angle through the side of the boards. And we also use a construction adhesive to keep the boards down. This helps promote a longer life of your deck, and when you add the stains and all those things down the road, you're not going to get the peeling and the cracking and all that sort of thing happening. This is a typical fishbone deck. There's a spine down the middle. We use 20-foot cedar lumber because it's such a large surface area to avoid having any joints in the boards. Over here we've got our pergola going around the hot tub. Big party here tomorrow night, so we couldn't get all this finished up in time. But we're going to be finishing this off with a little trellis work on top. We're using select cedar there because it is more of a feature to get rid of all the knots. It's going to be really nice. Then next week we have the electrician coming in. We're going to be putting lights in the stairs all the way around. We're already wired to the house for that. So it's just a matter of getting a few final details together. But all in all, we're real happy. We got this done in time for the clients to have their party. And I think I'm invited. Well, we're here second last day. All of our tile is finished on the floor. The shower is basically done. We got all the walls done, grouted in today. We've installed our marble sill on 3 of our 4 surfaces. The marble is very porous, so what we have to do is we use a white cement. This is a very quick bonding cement that we're using on the particular sills because it's an overhead and they're quite heavy. In theory, the cement should be strong enough to hold the sill up there all by itself, but I'm a little paranoid, so I put in some support posts to hold it for a good hour or so until it sets up. Before we leave, we'll put the sill on the floor, give it a nice little 1 degree angle so that any water that comes down the custom glass will work back into the shower. And then there's just some touch-ups and some buffing to do. We're going to use a little bit of a brown grout on some of these lines on the accent stone, pop the lights into place, and then tomorrow we'll come back and finish off the shower floor. You can see that we've got the tub installed and the faucet mount system installed. The trim and the walls are all been painted. We have a custom vanity that was built by Ottawa Cabinets. David and his crew put to work and replicated the design that was in the picture that our customer gave us. We also have the custom mirror that goes with it. The marble top is installed with the his and hers square sinks. Scott's over there busy hooking up the plumbing right now. What else we got? Oh, the electrician was in today. He's finished putting all of our switches and plugs. We have lights on back order, so the chandelier and the 2 vanity lights aren't in yet. Hopefully they'll be in early next week and then we'll have that all finished up. The heated flooring has been installed and has been activated. We're just testing it right now to see how warm it's getting to confirm that everything's working good. Yeah, 1 more day to finish off the stonework and spit shine the place, a couple little touch-ups, and we'll be able to hand it over to them. Just go like this, all right? And you put the one hole in, you put the other hole in. That's how tight they make the holes, eh? Gotta love it. Very important, not touch the ceiling when you're putting in your lights. Always makes the paint dirty. It's important if you're not going to connect your drains. Put a pipe in with a cap on it so the sewer gases don't fill the room. It's a very unpleasant odor. That's the 6-inch, is it?
You ready?
Yeah. I gotta say this floor is awfully comfortable. So we'll do a full water test on the tub and check for leaks. We got somewhere we can put that tub in the meantime? This was forethought, setting these posts this far apart. Easy. Right over there. Ready? It's there. That's a tub. So I'll just stand here like this. Put a blow light. Nice. There. Well, the renovation of our 1980s bathroom is now complete. It was a 4-piece bath. It's a 4-piece bath yet again. We've swapped the shower and the tub in different parts of the room, getting rid of the extra walls that were here to open up the space. So now what we have is, the other bathroom was nice, but this is a leapfrog into style. We have the beautiful soaker tub here, gorgeous walk-in shower. Of course, everything here was done to replicate the Silent Home magazine bathroom. So even the fixtures, right down to the details, we've got a gorgeous chandelier over the tub. The windows outside have been resized. We used to have 2, so there was a window where the shower is, so that's been removed, and we bought new windows to kind of balance out the room with the 3-picture frame here. Outside we used concrete board and concrete board trims to close up, match the paint with the original wood look outside. It's gorgeous, beautiful colors, great spa effect, lots of features and benefits, right down to the rain shower and the waterfall unit in the wall, heated towel rack. Of course, our friends at Ottawa Cabinet, David did a great job replicating this vanity and the mirror. Jim from Prestige Glass did a fantastic job of sizing and fitting this great shower glass door system. Again, marvelous work. Every detail down to the pot lights and the electric heating, right down to the little accent lights on the deck outside. Everybody worked real hard to get this done. It looks fantastic. I know they love it. The heated flooring system is operating now. That's a marvelous feature. And of course the stone, this is a porcelain imitation marble, cut over at Hydrotech to fit our design specifications. I couldn't have asked for this to turn out any better. At the end of the day, it's a beautiful, sleek design. I'm sure they'll be enjoying this for years to come. There we go. So this is a perfect example of ask questions. When this client first came to me, she showed me a picture in a magazine, said, I need you to build this for me. And I was more than happy to do it. So I contacted the folks at the magazine, figured out exactly what we needed. Turned out that it was way over her budget. So she said, what can we do for my budget? And so this is what we gave her, all right? So this was just under $40,000 here in Ottawa. It's a brilliant bathroom, absolutely gorgeous. You too can have the bathroom oasis of your dreams. You just gotta pick your budget and make sure you get more than one quote. Well, thanks for joining us today, and if you'd like to see the projects that we're doing in the future, hit the subscribe button so you get notified every time we have a new video. Or check out the link over here and you can check out some of our past projects. While you're making that decision, I gotta find a new color.